There's like a weird whine from the Raptor. I think like the power steering pump is going out or something. So like when I'm accelerating, it just like a weird whine, but kind of sounds like a supercharger. So I'm probably not gonna fix it, because that's pretty awesome. Welcome to Bunker Branding. We have a lot to talk about in regards to this shirt. There you are. Hey, how are we doing on the number of shirts sold?
We did really well.
Nice.
What was the first thing? It was 1,000, right?
If we sold 1,000 shirts, I was gonna get the Barrett gold plated.
That's happening.
Yes! I'm actually pretty excited about that. 2,000 shirts, we were gonna use the Barrett to shoot through the Raptor's bed.
Looks like that's happening also.
Okay, not as excited about that one, but a deal's a deal. And then 3,000, we said we kind of.
Like you need to figure that out.
Oh really? We left that one up in the air. There were a lot of comments that said someone should get a tattoo. I don't have any tattoos. Mayor said she wouldn't do it. I could force Clint to get a tattoo.
I bet he would do it.
Hey Clint, you have to get this shirt tattooed on your leg.
Wouldn't be the dumbest tattoo I have.
Yeah, all right. Clint's in. 3,000. Clint will get this tattooed on his leg. A deal's a deal. Also, Whistlin Diesel, he commented on last video and said for 4,000 shirts sold, I should give him my Raptor. If anyone's watched his channel, it's not the smartest thing in the world. Also, that's pretty steep. So maybe, yeah, I'll do it for 5,000.
No. Are you serious?
Should I?
You'd make it pretty awesome.
5,000 shirts sold.
You are shooting it first.
Yeah, it's already gonna have a hole in it. 5,000 shirts sold. We give the Raptor to Whistlin Diesel.
It could happen. It's possible. That's scary.
You heard it here first, folks. 5,000 shirts. I will ship the Raptor up to wherever that dump he lives is. You wanna hear supercharger? Sounds good. Might be Whistlin Diesel's problem soon. Heading to work on the Bronco. Where's the Bronco? Where's the Bronco? Matt, where's the Bronco? Hold on, let me show you the El Chromino first. Oh, check this out. So we got the seats and the carpet out so you can really see how bad the rust holes are through the floor. I mean, just terrible. It's just a seat belt just hanging down, you know, through the floor. So bad. So this is right where the bed, it rusted through the bed and then just dumped when it rained right into the bottom of the floorboards here. So just all rusted out really bad. And so I wasn't really worried about little things like this, you know, little ones that you can just pass a fist through, but the ones where I could get my entire body through, thought maybe, yeah, we should probably fix that. This is where the seat mounted, that's supposed to be real secure. It's not. Anyway, El Chromino's doing good. But we're here to work on the Bronco today. Stuff has been happening. I know you guys are like, you never work on the Bronco. Stuff's been happening. Check this out. Last time you saw it, what's up, Burke?
What's up?
It did not have a dash in it. So now the dash is all in, repainted, looking amazing. Wiring is all done, like 99% done. All the wiring has had to be totally replaced. It's all brand new wiring harness. Everything is new. Shifter is installed and working. This is an automatic transmission, but we have to have a shifter. And so we have, you can see it looks kind of crazy. Usually when you see big shifters like that, they're manuals. But we wanted the automatic transmission for the application we're doing. And there's a shift controller there, the transmission controller there, tucked up under the dash. Also, all the like boring stuff has been done. The steering, all the joints are brand new. Everything's hooked up. The brakes are hooked up. New lines, everything's been bled. This thing actually, like, it moves around. We could drive it pretty soon, I think. Not today, but everything is coming together. Look at these beautiful new brake lines on this Bronco. This thing is going to be nice. Can't say the same for the El Chromino, but this thing will be nice. Today, the first thing that we're gonna get put in are gauges, because we've started that engine. In the last Bronco video, we got her started up, but we didn't run it for long because we have no gauges hooked up, and so we couldn't tell if the oil pressure was good or if the temperature was getting too hot. We also don't have a radiator and all that stuff on it. But we're gonna get gauges so that we can actually monitor this engine, and then we can run it for more than a few seconds. These gauges that we have are sent to us by New Vintage USA, NVU, and check that out. They like lasered a Bronco on the box, which is pretty cool. And so this is actually their Aviator series of gauges, which makes sense for us. Like, we thought this is perfect because this truck was owned by Tyler Voss, who was in the US Air Force. So this is their Aviator set of gauges here. We got oil pressure, we've got battery voltage, we got the tach, we have the speedo, the water temp, and the fuel level. Really, really clean gauges. And under here, we have the housing that they all fit in, and it is made for this year Bronco. They have housings that fit a bunch of classic American-made cars, and so we got obviously the one for the Bronco. So these gauges will fit perfectly in this, which will fit perfectly in this. And it is gonna look so clean and so nice. We lost the gauge, where did it go? How did I lose that all right? Oh, there it is. Don't you start running away from me over here. Old gauge cluster, looking a little rough. New gauge cluster. That is gonna look clean. Okay, let's put it in there. We got the gauges in. They're plugged in. We're going to just turn the key and see if we have power. Blinker works, look at that. Oh, wow. Fancy. Oh, look at that. Dude, did you know I was gonna say that? You didn't tell me.
No.
In honor of Captain Mark Tyler Voss. Dude, that's sweet. Yeah, I did not know I was gonna say that at all. I actually didn't know that they could even make letters that tiny. Dang, these gauges are awesome. Thank you guys, y'all are awesome. Everything looks like it's working. Battery's hooked up, no oil pressure because the engine's not running, no temp. Fuel is at empty. Do we have a cinder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that, you think that's empty?
I don't know.
Huh,
I don't know.
we have to check that one.
Yeah.
Let me turn, I want to turn them off, turn it back on again. See what it looks like. Sweet. Dude, that's cool. Gauges all cycle together.
Yeah, that's a cool sweep.
That is neat. Okay, we put this other bezel around. We still need to come put the dash in here, but that's what it looked like. Very clean, check this out. You turn the lights on, they light up red. Look so good. Then we got some switches here. Let me turn my key on. Look, a blinker. Cool. So, these little switches will cycle things, I think. There we go. The switch on the right wasn't working because we had not wired it correctly. We're gonna get that fixed. And now we're gonna start working on the cooling system. We got a big old radiator right there. And then we'll be able to idle this thing and let it just run. So got all this stuff on, actually kind of messed up. I put all this on and I forgot to put the pulley on. So I had to take it all off, like the shroud, the fan, the spacer, everything. And it was really hard to line everything up. It was a pain in the butt. So got it all lined up, did it twice, took me forever, but that's all done. We don't have the right radiator hoses for this thing, so we're gonna have to get those. May have to order those, I don't know. I was hoping we could get this thing all plumbed today, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think we're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Need the lower hose on there as well. Also need something else for the gauges, like a little piece, but we're almost done with those as well. I am super happy the way these turned out as well, and I didn't really show you guys. It's nice, like when you're doing gauges, there's a lot of wires and it can be a big pain in the butt. This one's pretty nice because all the other gauges, they hook into these. So these 4 other gauges, they hook into these gauges, so there's a lot less wiring. Then it's not just a big rat's nest back there, which is super nice. And those gauges are sponsored, so I'm gonna read you a couple things about them just because I appreciate them sending that. They're not paying me to say any of this, but I'm just really excited. They sent those and that was nice of them to include that little text. They definitely are really excited about working with us, so I just wanna show them some love, and I'll link them down in the description below if you guys wanna go check them out. Made in USA, they design, print, and build all the instruments in-house. They're all screen printed by hand. So I didn't realize that. They're screen printed just like our shirts are screen printed at the bunker, so that's pretty neat. Direct fit gauge kits, they cover a wide range of vehicles from 1930s Fords all the way up to the 2000s. They work with almost any speedo and tach signal combined with hidden indicators. They provided us with detailed wire instructions, and not just us because we're the Off the Ranch channel. They provide everyone with detailed wire instructions, so it makes it super easy to hook it all up and install everything. Backed by a 5-year warranty. Go follow them on Instagram at New Vintage USA. Also, if you go to newvintageusa.com, they have a promo code Off the Ranch, which will get you 10% off site-wide. That does exclude custom and limited edition stuff, but all their other stuff, gauges, whatever you need, 10% off to the Demolitia if you use that code. I think it's gonna be good for like 2 weeks, so act now if you're interested. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Appreciate your gauges. And Demolitia, go show them some love. Link to the description, their Instagram, and their website. They're gonna make this truck look so good. Like, I love how we put a brand new engine and brand new gauges, and we're gonna have a bunch of sparkly new parts. Like, the suspension is all brand new, but we're gonna have this old body. Some of you may not remember that I said that. We're gonna leave the like patinaed look of the outside. I want it to look like it did back when we used to drive this thing back in high school, which was, that wasn't very long ago, so totally not like 15 years ago or something. We used to drive this thing back in the old days, and I remember it looking like that, and I want it to still have that feel. And I also want us to be able to drive it through stuff, drive it through brush, just like we used to, throw rocks everywhere, and not worry about how we scratched the paint on this truck we worked hard on. I want this thing to be used and enjoyed just like we did back with Tyler Voss back when we were all in high school. And as you can see, we have a lot of work to do on the El Chromino, even up in the front. So that is the holes where the water would just wash right in and sit down there in the back and rust it out. But even in the front, the floorboards are, you know, they're rough. So I think we're gonna replace all these floorboards just for safety, not only to keep fire from coming up, you know, if anything bad happened, fire wouldn't be coming up like through the bottom of the seat. Hopefully we have a little bit of a firewall. Also gonna leave all the carpet out so there's less things to burn in here. But also just for rigidity, because the seat belts, yeah, they're hooked to rusty floorboards. This one is the really bad one. That's all that's holding you in right there. Not good at all. So I think we are going to get some seats and some floorboards and some harnesses, something that's a little safer. I mean, this is a burnout car. We're not gonna be like drag racing in it, so I don't really worry about rolling or crashing at high speed or anything, but I want something to keep me out of the steering wheel. The worst that'll probably happen is a wreck at like 20 miles an hour. So some good like 4-point harnesses or something would make me feel a lot better. And some floorboards that are not made out of dirt. Yeah, that would make me feel quite a bit better. This is where I wall tapped coming out of the bunker. I'm trying to decide if I should bend that back. I kind of like it like that, honestly. I mean, it just shows a little character. What's funny is this was already the fender that we bent when we ran the Expedition into it. And then the wall just grabbed right here and just ripped that bumper back. So this is just the fender that I hit stuff with. That's what we'll do with it from here on out. This one looks great. Just really beautiful body lines here. Yeah, real straight. Real straight. Oh, don't look at that. Big plans coming on the old El Chromino. A lot of stuff we need to do this thing as well. We'll probably get started on it pretty soon. I need to tackle the Bronco first and get some things buttoned up on that. But I do have a timeline on this El Chromino because we have, man, like, I mean, less than a month now to get everything done before the Houston Cletus and Cars. Lots happening on this thing soon as well. But God, look at that. Beauty, beauty. Texas Speed, thanks for what you do. Cletus, James, thanks for coming down. Dr. Tudemal, appreciate you. Thanks for making this thing run like a majestic bald eagle. Thanks to everyone who has helped support the burnout car build. It's gonna be good. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Off the Ranch. I love you, and I'll see you next time.
Oh. Hey, what camera is that? Number...
Shut up! Don't tell Mayor.